This is a demonstrating of the Royal Alpha 1100 ml cash management system. First, I'm going to show you the paper load. You just lift up from the back, lift our wheel, take out the old roll. Once it's done, to replace the roll, you just unroll it a bit, rest it in, and close the lever, tear off a bit of paper, and it's labeled or threaded. Our paper is just a 2.5 inch thermal roll. Thermal roll, normally once you mark on it to verify it, you'll get block marking. That's how you verify that it's thermal roll. Our battery goes here, which is 2 AA battery. This holds the data in the system in event that there's power failure, or it basically holds the configuration. So without the battery, you lose all configuration and the system would have to be reprogrammed. So bear in mind that the battery needs to be placed often. You can check the battery level by hitting the dates quantity button, and it gives you the battery. Currently the battery are new, so it says battery normal. If the battery is failing, it would say battery low, and you will need to replace the battery. And it's important to replace the battery with the system on to avoid any damage to the system itself. There's a journal wheel that goes right here. It just sits in here and label. But if you're not issuing out a receipt, I think here we have to issue out a receipt. So this is only hold one paper at a time. But there's an electronic journal, which it says here electronic journal on, and it shows you how many spaces available in that electronic journal. That electronic journal is just gonna have to be cleared every so often when the space runs low. But once you see that number starts to wind down to your 20s and 10s, then you know the electronic journal needs to be clear. To clear the electronic journal, you just go to main menu, come down to reports, go to Z report, and it says here EG clear, which is electronic journal clear. Once you hit that and select yes, your electronic journal will be cleared, and you will have a lot more space in your electronic journal. I'm going to give you a printout of electronic journal. Electronic journal is all your transactions that you made for the day, and it will print out at your leisure when you want it, as long as there's space available, which the system will kind of warn you about if there isn't space. Now I'm demonstrating of the buttons. This is the forced tax, the tax exempt sale. Forced tax allows you to change your tax to tax 1 to no tax in event that an item isn't taxable. Tax exempt sale would exempt the whole transaction, which I think that's something we're not using here. The department shift is for shifting departments, because these keys can hold more than one department, so you just hit shift and then department. Or if you're entering a text, if you notice, each button has 2 alphabets on them, or 2 symbols. The first symbol will be the main, and once you hit shift, you'll get the second symbol. So if I'm gonna use A, I'll just hit A, and if I would need Q, I'll just hit department shift and Q. It goes as well as departments. This is the grocery department, so this would regularly be grocery department, and then if I want to use this for the secondary department, which is the wholesale grocery, I'll hit shift and wholesale grocery. This is our arrow to go up and down menu, and these are to go across. This is also labeled table. The table entry is normally for restaurant. You can enter a table number, so you won't need that table. This is our on button and our main menu. This is the receipts: on, off, and escape. If you're in the menu, you need to escape out. You just hit escape. This is our no sale button. This will open the drawer in the event that we need to get in. It also has a symbol if we need to enter in a symbol. This is the pound sign. This is our returns for making cash returns. Void for avoiding a transaction, avoiding an invoice in the event that we make an error. This is our subtotal and also our reprint. This is our charge if the customer isn't paying by cash or I guess check. This is normally a Visa, or I guess we can use it to say they're paid on accounts. This is our check. This is our cash tender button. This also acts as our enter button. These are your departments, and I'm saying on our departments and our alphabets. In the event we need to type in a number, these are numeric keypads. This is a feed paper. This is the coupon button, which something you may or may not use. This is our discount button. It also acts as account receivable. This is our interest button, and also acts as a payout button. These are our PLU alternative and our PLU. This is the clear button in the event that you make a mistake. This is the quantity, date, and it also gives you the journal and battery level. Now to make a sale, what we do is enter our clerk number. We're using 1. Hit enter, and we're ready to make a transaction. It says please enter department, amount, or PLU to start sales. So right now we're going to enter in a few transactions, and our quantity button to say like we're ringing up 6 chips. You'll say 6 at, which is a quantity, and then the price, and here you'll see 6 times 59 cents, which is $3.54, and our tax symbol to indicate that these items are taxable. Now we're going to do 3 at 10 cents. So we get 3 at 10 cents, which is 30 cents. Our subtotal, which is $14.86. Amount tender. Here we have our total. Our cash, because I just hit enter, so we got an exact amount. Our drawer would open, and our change, which is 0. I'm just going to enter a few items. Hit subtotal, which is $35.08. I'm going to hit $50 is the amount received. Tender. Here we have our total. Our cash, which is $50, and our change, which is $14.92. If we're ringing up a sales, and we make a mistake, we can use the arrow key and scroll up to that highlighted item and hit void. If you notice, it disappeared from here, but it's actually still on the receipt, and that item has been void. If you make a mistake once again, you can scroll down to that item, hit void. The item is deleted from the screen, but it's still here as it says void correct, and it shows you the amount that has been void corrected. It's subtotal. Our total is $34.54. Enter in our amount and finalize that sale. Now if we started a sale and we realize we made a complete mistake called starting a transaction and the customer changed their mind and decided to walk out, we can do a complete void. Just hit subtotal and hit void, and the system will issue a full void and void that whole transaction. As you see here, it says full void. If you need to reprint that full void, well, I guess because it's a void, I don't reprint, but we can reprint a receipt. If we print a receipt and decide that we need a second copy, we can hit the subtotal, which is also a reprint button, and get a reprint of that exact transaction sales. Which is a really great feature. If you need to return an item, so the customer brings a receipt and says they need to return an item, or if the item is bad or for any given reason, you'll just hit return, select the dollar value and the department, and you can see on the screen it says refunded, grocery department, and the amount. If there's another item to go along with this return, you just hit return again. And if there's a third item, return again. You can see all the items are here are returned. Once we hit subtotal, we get our total amount to be returned. Hit the total enter button, and return is 1502. It says refunded the amount and the total amount. It also refunded the tax back and give us a total to be refunded at 1502. We can reprint that and have a second copy for the customer and a copy for you in the event that for record keeps. Next, I'm going to show you a payout in the event that you're going to pay someone out the drawer, and you need to open the drawer because you know the key locks the drawer, but it doesn't physically opens the drawer. You'll have to actually make a transaction in order to open the drawer. So if you're doing a payout and you need to pay for items you're receiving, say like if a shipment of water come in, you can just enter the amount and hit P.O. The drawer will open and you will get a printout. For P.O. you can probably let them sign this copy to state that you get a P.O. reprint, and you keep the signed copy and give them a receipt of a paid amount on it with a signed copy for you to go in your drawer. And the RA, if you're receiving accounts, say like you customer paid down an item, or a customer just got an item on credit and they're keen to pay back for record keeping, you can use the accounts receivable and just hit enter your dollar value and hit account receivable. You draw open, it gives you a small receipt that says receive account $25. You can reprint that, let them sign a copy, give them a copy, you keep a copy, and you have that for record taking to enter in your books for later, and just keep that in your drawer. The coupon issue, we probably won't be using the coupon. That is for collecting coupons. The discount, if you're going to discount, if you're going to discount an item, you'll just hit 10% if it's 10 or 5% of 5, 15, 20%, so forth. And you hit the discount button, and it will give you your discount, which is at 10%, and it's $2. This has been discounted, and brings down your total to $25.36. And it says here, discount 10%, and the total discount is $2. I guess the percent, I guess if there's, I guess it's delivery charge and you want to add a 5% or a 10% delivery charge, you hit your delivery charge, you just hit say 10% plus, and we'll add a 10% rate to your total. It's an add-on 10%, which is $5. So that transaction with 50 becomes $59.13. That's along with tax. I'm going to cash this out so you can take a look at the receipt. So it says here, it says here your appliance is $50. I ended a grocery, but I avoided that out. And there's a 10% interest charge, which is $5, and VAT, which is $4.13, bringing up to a total to $59.13. And that's in the event that you add an interest on a particular item, or I guess for delivery or for whatever purpose it may be. The PLU, we have a PLU item in, so the PLU number for that item is 9. So once I hit 9 PLU, it automatically bring that item up with that name, which I have in the system as Apple. If it's a barcode, it'll give you the barcode number or the PLU number. No sale would open a drawer and gives you a no sale printout. Our charge would also issue the drawer and gives you a total and the charge amount on that receipt as well. Reports. Once we go to the main menu and go to reports, our Action reports, which gives you the cash and drawer for the day, our daily reports, our PLU reports, our department reports, our clerk reports, hourly reports, and periodic X2 reports, and our electronic journal. Right now I'm going to do you a cash and drawer report, which shows you how many cash we have in the drawer currently. We can print that, and it gives you a small printout of our cash and drawer. Our daily report, which can be saved to cards or displayed, which will shows you how many dollar values how our departments has made, and it'll show you the number of items sold by that department. So this drink department was 7, grocery 15. We can scroll down and look at it from here, or we can hit the enter button and it will print out our X1 report, which shows you our current transaction for today, which is our total departments, our tax, which is $17.89, our discount, which is $2, our interest, which is $5, and the net of $2.78. Our refund of $13.97 for the day, our void correct, which is $10.64, our gross, which is $260.51. Cash value, our charge, our account receivable, which is $25, and our paid out, which is $20, and cash and drawer, which is $281, and our grand total. which is everything from previous to now. Our PLU reports, which will be all the PLU items that are sold. Currently we only have one PL item, that's for demonstrating, and we sold 2, so that's 198. Our department reports, which will show all our department sales. We can print it out, and we'll get a printout of all our department sales. Escape to go back to main menu. Our clerk reports. There's only one clerk, and it shows you how much funds a clerk has made for today. We can print that out. Our hourly reports, which will show you us our busiest time and how much money we made at a particular hour of the day. Our periodic 2 reports, which gives you a total, which will give us an X2 report. And our electronic journal, the X2 report shows previous items, which is the X2 periodic sales. Electronic journal, which is, you can print your journal by the dates, so we're going to use today's date, and it's going to print all our transactions we made for today once we select that date. So instead of having a second roll collected here, the system automatically is set to record our electronic journal, and we can print that out at the night. We'll have a list of all our transactions for the day. Now if the day was very busy, it's going to be a long printout like this is, or perhaps even longer, but all our transactions we made for the day will be printed out here, and we can go through it, I guess, to verify if need be, and also print your reports as well, where every transaction has been brought through the system will be reprinted here. Our full voids, our returns, our payouts, our accounts, all that will be displayed here. Our Z reports, which will reset this drawer back to 0 for the next date. Should be run every night, and this would clear our drawer so that it doesn't add up for each day. PLU report is the same as the X reports, the clerk reports, the hourly report, the periodic Z2 reports, which should be run once a week, or depending on the business, probably every 2 weeks, or I'll push it to say every month. You'll get a total sales of that sales for the month with the Z2 report actually. And what this does is it shows you all the sales that you made. If you look at this, you will see a greater value than this one, because this here is all the sales that we made prior to this. So this will give me sales for that we made today and previously. So you notice the cash and draw amount is more than the daily report. So this C2 report will be great to run on a weekly basis to get our total weekly sales or our total monthly sales, and the Z1 on a nightly basis to reset the drawer back to 0. Once you run the Z1, the drawer is reset to 0 for next day total. Once you run the Z2, it's reset to 0 for, I guess, next week total, or the next 2 weeks total, or the next month total, depending on how you plan on running. Bear in mind, it's very important to have that battery. Without that, you lose these reports. And that's it for our reporting. The electronic journal is here too. You can print or display it. And clear electronic journal. We can clear the electronic journals to free up the journal memory.